Hi, Hyperativa Tech crew. Today, we're taking a trip back in time to uncover one of the most visible mysteries on our coast, the Altair, a cargo ship that became a permanent resident of Cassino Beach in Rio Grande do Sul, on the border between Brazil and Uruguay. More than a simple shipwreck, the Altair lets us look at 1970s navigation technology. It helps us understand the engineering challenges of that era, and it shows how nature can be a force no technology fully controls. In this video, we dive into the story of the Altair's grounding. We will revisit what happened in the winter of 1976, and we will ask how today's technology could have changed that story. Come with me to uncover the secrets of a ship that turned into a legend. Built in 1964, the MV Altair was a typical freighter of its generation. In June 1976, it left Argentina carrying 3,000 tons of wheat bound for Brazil. Now think about this. In 1976, there was no commercial GPS. Ships relied on systems like Decca Navigator and Omega. They were far less precise than the GPS in your phone today. For positioning, crews used sextants, the classic tool of celestial navigation. They also used analog radars with limited range and resolution, especially in extreme weather. And that is exactly what the Altair faced. An epic storm, 5-meter waves, torrential rain, near zero visibility. No detailed electronic charts, no ECDIS, no dynamic positioning. The margin for error was huge. Communication was a challenge too. Long-range radios existed, but nothing like the speed and reliability of today's satellite links. The ship suffered critical damage, lost power, and began to drift. Modern hull sensors, real-time structural health monitoring, and emergency propulsion might have prevented or reduced the damage, but at that time, they did not have these tools. On the afternoon of June 6, 1976, the Altair ran aground on a sandbar at Cassino Beach. It was a dramatic scene, and it would have been worse without the human factor. 21 crew members were trapped, waiting for a rescue that, for that era, was complex and risky. That is when community power and human resilience took over, in a very analog way. Local fishermen in a simple rowboat risked their lives to reach the ship and bring the crew safely to shore. No search drones, no helicopters with night vision, no high-bandwidth satellite comms, no ultra-fast rescue boats. It was an operation powered by raw courage and deep local knowledge of the sea. No one was seriously injured, no one died. A miracle, considering the lack of the technologies we use today in maritime search and rescue. The ship's owner chose not to attempt recovery. The Altair was declared a fortune of the sea and left in place. Sometimes the cost and logistics of salvage exceed the asset's value. Modern salvage planning uses heavy lift cranes and advanced software to optimize that equation. Back then, the decision was final. Since 1976, the Altair's stern has become a casino icon, a monument of steel and history visited by thousands. A constant reminder of nature's power to shape the landscape and of how human artifacts can become part of it. But time is the great enemy of all materials. Salt spray, sand, and waves are corroding the Altair's structure without mercy. Year after year, it shrinks, it breaks down. Today, we can use drones to monitor its 3D degradation. We can run AI-driven simulations to predict its remaining lifespan. We can explore advanced coatings and anti-corrosion materials that might have extended the ship's life. It is a paradox. The Altair, a relic of simpler technology, is now monitored and studied with the most advanced tools in engineering and material science. It is living proof that, no matter how robust human engineering becomes, nature always finds a way to reclaim its space. The Altair shipwreck is more than an avoided tragedy. It is a hands-on lesson in the evolution of naval technology. It is a story about human resilience, and it is a clear picture of nature's overwhelming power. It shows where we came from and how constant innovation makes navigation safer and more efficient. Have you ever stopped to think about the technologies that existed back then and the ones that were missing in the Altair's time? Which advance do you think most revolutionized maritime safety? Leave your comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe to Hiperativatech, and turn on the bell so you don't miss our next tech deep dives.